da 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 da. I think I need to turn the mic up a little. Hey everybody, I'm live. Can you believe this? Um, this is testing. I'm eating instead of cooking right now, but today I got like everything that I need to start my cooking stream. Uh, tell you about it in a minute. Mm. So I've wanted to do this for a long time. Mm, 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 mm. And it's just a test. Thankfully, I am an affiliate, which I got a long, long time ago. Um, I have an ad break coming in a little over 4 minutes, so I'll try to be quick for anybody who is here. Um, yeah, I wanted to do this forever ago. It's finally coming to fruition with the help of good friends like my friend Chris, who sent me this laptop. Right now, I'm checking connectivity to make sure this is smooth, or I'm going to have to run an Ethernet cable to the router, which is right behind me in that window, in that weird pass through. Um, I got this burner not long ago. The toaster oven is for the first show I have planned. I've been planning the show. I've got recipe development I want to do for a cookbook, which is a nerdy thing. I do need input for anybody willing to get it about what I'm going to call the cooking streams. Chris is also kind enough to send me a PC desktop that I'm going to be able to use to do more of the gaming I should be doing with my friends for co-op and stuff from the Part-Time Gamers podcast. So I'll be doing some very, very basic cooking shows. I really find that people think they can't cook, and they want to do basics or learn how to do basics. And I am self-taught. I haven't quite, despite watching The Bear, gotten over not being able to get past the imposter syndrome and call myself a chef. But I am a very good cook. Self-taught, trial and error, starting with being left home while my mom was working when I was very young in a Gen X fashion, smelling everything in the cupboard, looking in the freezer, finding something, and figuring it out. To, later on, I don't have any formal training, and I haven't worked in kitchens, well, to speak of. Um, but I can do a lot, and I've learned a lot, and people enjoy my food, and I love feeding people. And I've talked to friends who, what are the basic things you would like to do, um, and gotten some input. So I'll be doing recipe testing with chance of failure for the cookbook I'm developing, based on a cool anime. And then I'll be doing some, basic homemade. I'm thinking I'm going to keep shows under an hour, at least to start off. Um, Simple from scratch. I have an idea to do specific, like stuff you get at the food pantry. Here's what we can do with that. Because I know I'm actually in that position right now, and have been in the past, and I've assisted people with figuring that out when they've been in that position. Um, yeah, so on a budget, maybe some fancy stuff if people jump into my throne. It's another thing I have to test and make sure that works is people want to contribute to things on my throne wish list. The grocery cards, for instance, would be to get ingredients I need to do some of this recipe development and testing for my planned cookbook. So let me test throne and then, oops, the ad should be coming in any minute. You can find me at 9of12.com. You can DM me through Twitch. There are plenty of things you can do to make suggestions and support me. I will be looking for um, show ideas, for one. like for names. I got some funny name ideas. Why won't this? I can't send something in my own chat. I might need a mod. Well, that's annoying. Stop doing that. What the frap? No. Oh, it's Edge being a twat. Oh, pardon my language. No, I don't need to know about this. Seriously? I can't chat in my own chat. Okay, I guess I can just view chat here. Twitch. That works. Hi. Anybody who might be there for my testing? Yeah, I need to test volumes too. I'm gonna need help of some people. Anybody who wants to volunteer to mod? I don't know if I'm gonna be doing this at a scheduled time. I still have to work that out. I do have my first show planned and notes down. Um, yeah, so names. I wanted something to do with 9 of 12 being my Twitch handle. Not everyone knows that that's September. I would normally probably go back to something like Ember's Hearth or Ember's Kitchen, which I've used for other stuff a long, long time ago, doing essential oil stuff. But the Ember doesn't connect to 9 of 12. Um, the ninth ingredient came up, but I think that's really long, and I would have to come up with some kind of bullshit story about what that means. Um, uh, Dinners for 9, but that implies I'm doing like giant group cooking, which isn't happening. Well, I mean, it might. I do know how to feed a crowd, which is probably another skill I should share. Um, my husband said smorgasbord because people always think it's a Borg thing. And I hate that I'm kind of loving that idea. That might actually be the name of the show. Or I might just try it out for like, come to the smorgasbord and see if it catches on before I actually come up with a name for the show. Like, my stream has a name. Excuse me. I don't know if I need a show name. Yeah. Oh, and I need to change the Nightbot thing for Throne because I am going to be doing. I have already achieved my cooking streaming. Well, I mean, here I am. But I need to improve my cooking streaming and support my cooking streaming. So I'll have to change the wording on that. And I did learn I'm going to have to use my mobile stream manager to be able to use chat because although OBS lets me see stream chat, it apparently doesn't let me actually chat in that window. So I can keep an eye on anything you're saying. Um, and respond to it, which is good. I probably am not going to be typing when I have food on my hands. That's not that's not wise. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I'm going to apply to this food and drink club. I want to thank my friend Ganara, and Chef John Lung and other food streamers that have been, man, Hungry Channel. Twitch has been such a source of I don't need to have cable to have, food channel access, and continue my learning because I have learned a lot from that stuff over the last, I don't know, how long has that stuff been around? 20 years? I don't know. Okay, I think this is a good test. Oh, I need to look at my bit rate. Sorry, I know this is boring. I am going to be doing some nerdy stuff along with the cookbook um, development for an unnamed anime. There is a clue behind me on the wall, but I don't think you can see it. Um, where I'm not going to go full food science crazy, but kind of along the lines of Tipple Theory, which is, if you haven't heard of it, it's my show about cocktails and drinking and the history of spirits and things like that, where we talk about that history. I'm going to be kind of, when I talk about foods, especially with these classes where it's something basic, um, like my first show is going to be potatoes. Potatoes. Um, and yeah, boil and mash them, stick in a stew, but did you know there's like basically three different kinds of potatoes that they fit into those three categories and why some are different. Some are better for other things than some are better. Sorry, I'm all hyper. Um, some are better for some things than others. Like some you can go ahead and use that kind of potato for that, but ooh, it's not gonna be anywhere near as good as using the right potato. And something as simple as that can make you think you failed at cooking. I had a disaster I'll talk about in the first show when I thought I knew what I was doing and made glue. And it was just the wrong kind of potato. And I didn't know that one thing, which opened up to never doing that wrong again. So I'll be talking about, that kind of thing, like minor science or just kitchen practical things that, like, did you know, um, to give you some confidence if you have previously not had confidence. Okay, I think that's a long enough um, test. I'm looking for where my frame rate drop is to see if I have any, but I can look at this video to see if there are any stutters or anything with the speed. Um, I maybe need a logo if somebody wants to help with that. Yeah. So, anyhow, thanks everybody, and I look forward to cooking with you soon.